Here.
Weaver,
Here.
Aline,
Here.
Mackey. We have a quorum.
That brings us to our second item on the agenda, which is election of chair. Entertain a motion regarding the election of the chair.
Mr. Chairman, I have a motion. Thank you. I'd like to nominate my esteemed colleague, Mr. Paul Livingston, to be Chair of Transportation.
Second.
Second.
It's moving properly second. Any other nominations? There being none, Madam Clerk can call the roll for the motion regarding the election of chair.
Pugh,
Yes.
Livingston,
Yes.
Weaver,
Yes.
Aline,
Yes.
Mackey.
Yes.
Motion approved.
That brings us to approval of minutes from our December 17th meeting. There's no changes, deletions, whatever. Chair, entertain a motion for adoption.
Motion to approve?
It's a move for approval. Is there a second?
Second.
Moving properly second. No questions? Madam Clerk, can you call the roll for the approval of the December 17th minutes?
Pugh,
Yes.
Livingston,
Yes.
Weaver,
Yes.
Aline,
Yes.
Mackey.
Yes.
Motion approved.
That brings us to item 4 on the agenda, which is adoption of the agenda. Let me ask staff, are there any changes, deletions? There being none. Chair, entertain a motion for adoption of the agenda as submitted.
So move, Mr. Chair.
It's been moved.
Second.
Moving properly second. Madam Clerk can call the roll for the motion to adopt the agenda.
Pugh,
Yes.
Livingston,
Yes.
Weaver,
Yes.
Aline,
Yes.
Mackey.
Yes.
Motion approved.
Yeah, item 5, items for action, we have 4 items there, 5A, B, C, and D. Mr. Moore, you're here on behalf of staff. You recognize?
Yes, sir. Thank you, Mr. Chairman. We have the first item from the Transportation Advisory Committee recommendation for the remaining 2012 projects list. This is important because this list goes into Penny 2. So they had minor changes to that recommended by staff, and they had a unanimous vote at Transportation Penny Advisory Committee on the January 27th meeting with the quorum. The adjustments to that would be to remove Polo Road reconstruction widening from the list. That project has a more full design going on based on DOT comments that will add widening to key parts to it, and added another intersection improvement, which took that off the list or off the needs. And the second project was to add the actual sidewalks for Spears Creek Church Road, which were de-scoped in 2020 from the program, and then in 2021, parts of the widening were put back, but not the sidewalks. They are designing that project with room for the sidewalks, and that project is now in land acquisition. But the over $9 million base for construction and estimated 12.8 with all the soft costs for acquisition related to the sidewalk were approved to be added to the list. So those are the recommendations from Transportation Program Advisory Committee and recommended for Transportation Ad Hoc.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Director Maloney, just a question I had related to, it showed, just like you said, the reduction in the total funding of those. In the 2012 penny, I thought that we still had some money set aside that we had not put towards projects yet from previous projects that were de-scoped. Is that still the case?
There is a project reserve and program reserve as council had approved, but in the look forward as far as having, it did come down to 20 million roughly, but with the unknown, the uncertainty and inflation in those projects, it's very small for the big scopes coming up on the, major widenings that we're gonna be funding. And so we didn't think it would be prudent to take it down to close to zero in that. We think that amount is just maybe enough to handle fluctuations in inflation. So we just say, what we have as far as scoped at this time, those two funds that were created by council will cover that inflation. And certainly we'll be giving updates on that as, bids come in.
And just clarify in a simple term. So that money that's set aside in reserve is still there and is not being used for any of these. It's correct.
Correct,
Thank
yeah.
you.
Mr. Wayne, you mentioned this is the Transportation Committee, Advisory Committee recommendation. Staff okay with these recommendations?
Staff brought these to Transportation Penny Advisory Committee, yes.
Further questions, reference item 5A, Transportation Advisory Committee recommendations.
And this, Mr. Chair, if I may,
Okay.
this amount, the 221.9 million, that cost, is that the recent projected cost that was just done in the needs? I guess, is this number an old number or is this a new projected number?
So in the last two columns of that sheet, what we were seeing was construction costs. And then what, in our report at the very bottom, it said, okay, multiply everything by 0.6 for the soft costs. So that is the multiplication in the final column of adding all the soft costs, the engineering, CE&I, land acquisition, and its services. The total we saw in the needs assessment showed construction costs for 2024. And then this just does the work of adding those soft costs to it for 221.92.
And that will, oh yes, thank you. That will basically affirm our commitment that we made to residents in the 2024 penny, that this now will prioritize all projects that were not completed in 2012. This is the full list, and that will.
This is, yes, ma'am, this is the full list. And we'll go through these. We met with the city on the greenways, and they think that maybe Gills Creek North, which is listed as the most expensive project at 36 million total, may have some other difficulties or challenges in it, but we will look at the routes and work with the city on that if that's mostly within the city. And, if there's any further changes, we would bring those to each and every meeting through. By the way, Chairman Black from TPAC is here, and we would bring those through the same methods.
Thank you. That's all my questions, Mr. Chair.
And I just appreciate having very specific lists and we know what to expect and so forth as we move forward too. Any other question reference item 5A regarding Transportation Advisory Committee recommendations?
Motion to approve?
It's been moved for approval. Is there a second for item 5A?
Second.
Moving properly second. Any further discussion? There being none, Madam Clerk, can you call the roll for item 5A?
Pugh,
Yes.
Livingston,
Yes.
Weaver,
Yes.
Aline,
Yes.
Mackey.
Yes.
Motion approved.
That brings item 5B, Dirt Road Package O, contingent increases. Mr. Malone, you recognize.
Yes, sir. This is a project request to increase the contingency to make way for change order 3. In this original bid of 1.359 million for Dirt Road Package O, we had requested a 10% contingency. And in the bottom line, what we're asking is to increase that contingency to 11.7%. The prior change orders were indicated in the briefing document. It was used to extend the road paving on Howard Kugler Road by 600 feet. That project had stopped at a wetland area where we couldn't do ditches in that, but we did a pave in place through that area, and we're able to extend that project up to other neighborhood driveways to the end of the road. Asphalt pavement thickness was increased from 2 inches to 3 inches, which is for all future dirt road projects that dirt roads would be built to our county standards. Our county standards have increased that in our new development, and the penny would follow that as well. So we're one lift of 1.5 inch asphalt and a nicer, smoother lift of 1.5 inch asphalt compacted over that is what we have as a minimum pavement design. So we increased that here in the penny, and that had a cost. And then the third one is there's Sarah Matthews, there's residents living on a steep slope, and to get traction onto the road, they need to have a concrete apron put on an extended distance. So we have permissions for them to do that, but that's due to some grade changes in the road. So we request permission to increase the contingency to allow for that to add $67,582.05, so that the contingency grows from $135,945 and 45 cents to $203,531 and 50 cents.
Okay,
Motion to approve?
Second.
proper second discussion. And keep in mind, so what we're saying is a 1.7% increase from 3%.
Yes, sir.
Not a new.
Not a new, yes, sir.
Any further questions? We'll make clear.
Mr. Chair, before you take the vote,
You recognize?
Mr. Maloney, the unnamed road, does it belong to us?
The parts of it do at the top, but then we do have some area that is private, but they would not be able to access our road without it, so we gain permissions from them. So in a lot of our penny projects, we have things that just go off but need to be consolidated with the new design on road widenings and other projects. This is that same type of issue where the dirt road was very narrow, and now we've put in a wider pavement and shoulder, and that taper needs to be finished. You couldn't put a asphalt paving truck on that slope. That's how steep it is. So it's gonna be going in as a concrete extension off the paved road.
Questions? Madam Clerk, can you call the roll for the motion reference item 5B?
Pugh,
Yes.
Livingston,
Yes.
Weaver,
Yes.
Aline,
Yes.
Mackey.
Yes.
Motion approved.
That brings us to item 5C, condemnation referrals. You recognize?
Yes, sir. These items, the next two items are for an executive session.
Let's go into executive session.
So moved?
Second.
Properly second, to executive session. Madam Clerk, can you call the roll for the motion to go into executive session?
Pugh,
Yes.
Livingston,
Yes.
Weaver,
Yes.
Aline,
Yes.
Mackey.
Yes.
Motion approved.
That's for item C and D. Entertain motion come out of executive session.
So move, Mr. Chair.
Second.
It's moved and properly second. Madam Clerk, can you call the roll for the motion come out of executive session?
Pugh,
Yes.
Livingston,
Yes.
Weaver,
Yes.
Aline,
Yes.
Mackey.
Yes.
Motion approved.
We need executive session to discuss two items, item 5C and D. Chair, entertain a motion reference item 5C.
Mr. Chair,
You recognize Ms. Mackey?
I'd like to make a motion, to move forward with recommendation for, condemnation as discussed in executive session for item 5C.
Second.
It's moved and properly second in the discussion. Madam Clerk, can you call the roll for item 5C?
Pugh,
Yes.
Livingston,
Yes.
Weaver,
Yes.
Aline,
Yes.
Mackey.
Yes.
Motion approved.
Next is item 5D, Economic Development Community Road Condemnation. You recognize Ms. Weaver?
Mr. Chairman, I'd like to make a motion to proceed with condemnation as discussed in executive session on item 5D.
Second.
Motion moved and properly second. Call the roll for the motion reference item 5D.
Pugh,
Yes.
Livingston,
Yes.
Weaver,
Yes.
Aline,
Yes.
Mackey.
Yes.
Motion approved.
That brings us to item 6 on our agenda.
Motion to adjourn?
So
Second.
it's moved and properly second for adjournment. Madam Clerk, can you call the roll for the motion to adjourn?
Pugh,
Yes.
Livingston,
Yes.
Weaver,
Yes.
Aline,
Yes.
Mackey.
Yes.
Motion approved.
Meeting adjourned. Thank you.